All right, guys, we're back. Season preview. We are on the way here. We're continuing on the AFC South. We got the Indianapolis Colts. Um, yeah, what can I say about the Colts? A lot of promise here with this team. They went 9-8, didn't make the playoffs. Anthony Richardson got hurt, their first round pick from last year, who was having a pretty decent rookie season leading up to his injury. And yeah, they went 9-8 with Gardner Minshew and everything. Didn't just missed us on the playoffs. This year, the staff returns. Shane Steichen in the second year as head coach. Jim Bob Cooter, Gus Bradley, defensive, Jim Bob Cooter, offensive coordinator. Gus Bradley, defensive coordinator. So everything's in place. Nobody really left. Um, they didn't really have too many losses. Well, uh, major that I think were major. In the draft, they had two key pieces where I think we'll see what comes out of it, and if they pan out, this will be good for them. They in the first round, the number 15 pick, they got La, Latu, Latu, the defensive end from UCLA, and in the second round, 52nd pick, they got Adonai Mitchell, the wide receiver out of um, Texas. Obviously, the big thing is Anthony Richards is coming back for a second season. Hopefully, he stays healthy. In the backfield, they still got Jonathan Taylor. They finally gave him that contract last year, and he is there. At wide receiver, we have Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, at Adonai Mitchell, Josh Downs, who had a decent year last year. He was a rookie last year. Um, then they got some guys after that, but that top four is pretty good. In my eyes. Uh, Tight end Mo Alley Cox, Jelani Woods, Will Mallory. Those are kind of like the top guys there. Offensive line. This is a place where they've been pretty good. We all know about their two mainstays in the middle: Ryan Kelly, Quentin Nelson. They have Blake Freeland, Braden Smith, the tackles. So the line should be decent, decent. It's always been a thing with the Colts, with the line. Defensively, they still have DeForest Buckner in the middle. Did sign Raekwon Davis in the middle as well. They still have Grover Stewart, so there's a three-man rotation in the middle there. On the outside, they still have Quiddy Pay, uh, Taekwon Lewis. They just drafted Latu, um, Samson Ebukam, who um, comes from being on the, you know, he was on the Colts last year, but before that was somewhere else. But that's a pretty decent line in my eyes. Linebacker, they still have Zaire Franklin in the middle, and that's about it. Um, they don't have anybody um, outside linebacker. I mean, they were fine before. Last year they released I forget Shaq Leonard. Yep. Backfield, defensive backfield. Sorry. Kenny Moore came back, and they had some, decent plays from the other corners there. Julian Blackman is in the backfield there. Ronnie Thomas. So they got some guys that have been there. So defensive backfield is, I guess, if I was to point out, I would say linebacker is probably the biggest weakness on the defense. Defensive backfield, they'll be okay. On offense, they'll be good. They just got to stay healthy. Honestly, if I'm looking at this Colts team, second year with Steichen, everything was working out pretty well then. So for me, it's all about the health, and also can Anthony Richardson build on his very short first year that he had last year. Fortunately, he couldn't control that. It's because of the injuries, but can he build on what we thought we were getting um, heading into that season? Well, as the season kept going, uh, their schedule is a little tough. They do start at home against Houston, so that'll be a good game. I think Houston will win that. Then they go to Green Bay. I think Green Bay will win that. Then they go to the Bears. They should win that. Pittsburgh, I think it's up in the air, but Colts could win that. I think Jacksonville, yeah, I could see a split. But these teams, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Miami, it's going to be a tough one. They might be able to split with the Texans. Minnesota should win. The Bills, I don't know. Jets up in the air. Troy, I don't know. New England win. Denver win. Giants win. See five for sure wins. They got to get a couple wins out there. Like I said, if they split in the division, that's three there. That'll get them at eight. They got to win one of these games that is kind of up in the air. They might finish with the same record, be able to possibly make the playoffs. I can see them going 9-8 and maybe getting one more win. They have to sneak one out of like what I'm looking at right now, where I would do the win loss prediction on each game. So let's say like they split the division. That's three wins. The Giants, the Broncos, the Patriots. It's another three win. That's six. The Vikings. That's seven, and then the Bears. That's eight wins. Uh, the two wins they might be able to get. They might be able to sneak up on the Jets, and they might be able to sneak up on the Steelers. That's where I see their two wins, and they'll be at 9-8. Oh, yeah, let's see. Yeah, that'll be at 10. Sorry, 10-7. That's what it would be if they sneak those two games I said in. But I'm thinking it's 9-8 again. But they do have a lot of potential, and they could end up being a division winner here. I think this division is somewhat up in the air, even though I have my pick as to who I think it's going to win. If I'm being completely truthful with you guys, I have a clear winner of this division because I'm really high on them. Uh, and we haven't talked about them yet, but we will. And I think you might know by the way, I've talked about this team when it's popped up on certain people's schedule. But yes, I do think it's either going to be a 9-8 season again for the Titans. I mean, for the Colts, or once again a if they sneak out a win, it'll be a 10-7 record for them. So we will see. We will see. We'll see. We'll see. I do like this team a lot. Uh uh I do. I do. Especially offensively. I like with Shane Steichen. He was with the Eagles in 2022. I like what he brings to the table as a play designer, play caller. I like what he did with Anthony Richardson for the short time last year. Uh, so yeah, I do like the potential that they have. They added, like I said, they added to the receiving core. They, the line's always been a solid thing with them. Hopefully they can continue it. Just the question mark for me is a linebacker, but you might be able to sneak by with that. I mean, the Eagles have for years. Uh, but yeah, as far as this team coming back, I see a 9-8 season or a 10-7 season. So either the same or a little bit of an improvement. But this team, for the long run, I think they're good. They're always been. I mean, Ursay's kind of wild, but they've always been run good under Chris Ballard as far as like building the team and everything else. But yes, 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 10-7 or 9-8, but it'll be a really good season, and it could be like a step forward for this Colts team, which is positive. So yeah, all right, guys. Well, till tomorrow, we'll talk about the Jaguars, and I'll see you then. All right, thank you for tuning in to Competition Timeout. Peace.